didn't hear anything. Did you hear anything?
What Hollywood taught us about sex. That's the name of the show, and I'm Miss McCarthy. Let's face it, most parents are pretty lame when it comes to having the talk. I'm talking about the talk every mom and dad dreads, the one about sex. Give me a piece of pie, Pete! Yeah. Even on the big screen, parents are pathetic when it comes to the subject of sex. In real life, they're usually worse.
Mine didn't tell me anything. I think they were hoping I'd never find out.
That's why we were playing doctor when we were 7, because nobody was telling us anything.
Talking about sex is scary for people, and nothing is grosser than your parents telling you about sex and then finding out that in fact they had it.
So where does that leave the kids? They look to movies and TV to learn what they need to know about the sexual arts.
The television was my teacher as far as sex goes.
I'm amazed that we managed to procreate at all before Hollywood.
Everything I know about sex I learned from Hollywood.
For a long time, Hollywood just hinted at sex. I mean, Lucy and Ricky slept in twin beds, for heaven's sakes. When did they get to Babalu? And in movies, when the romantic leads kissed. I mean, yeah, you got to see a lip lock, then they cut to some crashing waves or fireworks display, and the next thing you know, out pops the cigarettes. Well, boys and girls, it's time to get real. On this show, I will guide you through subjects as varied as cheating, eating, hookers, lookers, taking it, faking it, kinky, and stinky. I'll show you where Hollywood succeeded and where it failed. Are you ready? Good. Close the doors, draw the curtains, and whip out your syllabus. We'll start at the beginning with that period when we were all virgins. Yes, there was a time.
There's a lot of movies about teenage guys losing their virginity because that's really, after that in life, there's nothing that's interesting.
I think it's just the big moment in your life when you go from being a kid who's an idiot to an adult who's an idiot.
For those of you who are still virgins, stop laughing! I'm sure there are a few Jessica Simpsons out there. For those virgins, male or female, here's a little warning. Your first time probably won't be exactly what you expect. There might be a surprise or two. Or 3. Another piece of pie, Pete!
Off shelves, going all over the room. And it was just supposed to be a real satisfying payoff for this kid that has suffered the whole movie. Let's have him have wild, crazy sex.
Say my name, bitch!
See, a sweet moment can go sour if your partner starts with the prison slang.
Say my name, bitch was an ad-lib. Allison Hannigan just sort of came up with that.
Say my name, bitch! I'll tattoo it on my chest if you're going to treat me like that.
One very valuable lesson I learned in American Pie was if you're going out with a girl who plays a windpipe, you take that seriously.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High taught us that if you're nervous about your first time, try talking about sports. Like, hey, I wonder what it's like inside a baseball dugout.
Am I going to get to first base?
Better, swing. Always trust the screwball.
Nothing like being in a filthy dugout with man sweat everywhere.
The lesson of Fast Times at Ridgemont High is a good one. In and out, thank you, wham, bam, peace out, sister.
It hurts so bad. Don't worry, keep doing it. It gets a lot better, I swear. Better.
Well, you got your little darlings kind of lessons, right, where it's like, here's a contest between women to lose their virginity, and then you have more realistic lessons of stuff that actually would happen in life. Like guys worrying about how they're going to lose their virginity.
Loss of virginity is a popular topic on television, too. We saw Summer lose it to Seth on the OC, and on Beverly Hills 90210, Donna lost it to David, and Brenda to Dylan. The lesson? Try to lose your virginity in an exclusive zip code. So if it's not all that, you can hit Rodeo Drive and do some damage on Daddy's credit card. That should ease the angst.
Donna and Brenda might have lost their virginity in 90210. I lost mine in 91604.
08820.
63024. I don't remember, but there was ocean and sand involved.
47304.
29501.
District 5. Székesfehérvár, Budapest.
Yes, virgins are virgins all over the world. Our final clip in this category is for the boys. If you just can't wait, if your hormones are raging so radically that you don't even have the patience to find a human, well,
Final slice of pie, Pete.
He was using a pie. People like pie, man.
The apple pie scene, I think, probably introduced a lot of things to younger guys who were like thinking about ways to pleasure themselves, and then were like, oh, I guess I could just do that to a pie. Which isn't that unreasonable. I mean, you have to let it cool.
Wow, that was hot. That was like a threesome right there. The dad, him, and the pie. Whew. I love that. You Americans.
I think the pie was fine to have sex with in American Pie because it was warm and it was soft. Not exactly like the real thing.
A lot of people ask me where I came up with the apple pie joke, and they're very disappointed to find out I did not hump a pie. Nobody knew humped a pie. I did know a guy that had sex with a grapefruit. I think the #1 lesson from American Pie was relax. It's just sex.
Well, we'll just tell your mother that we ate it all.
As you can see, baked goods don't make first-rate sex partners, and they double your chance of getting a yeast infection. So steer clear of that apple pie, even if she is decorated with a fetching lattice crust.
What I learned from teenage movies about losing your virginity is it's a gift that's going to come randomly. Like, she might be a foreign exchange student, she might be your best friend. You just don't know where it's coming from, so be nice to everybody.
Remember, kiddies, your first time won't be your last. Well, unless you're in a horror movie, but that's another class. Now it's time to move on. A student wrote to me, "Dear Miss McCarthy, my neighbor is totally hot. I'm having feelings for her. I think she likes me too. The only problem is I'm 17, she's 38. My question is, should I tap that? Thanks. Sinful Thoughts in Stockton." Well, Sinful, your question is a good one. I would direct you to the teachings of Hollywood, which tells us that boys and older women always equal big box office. Which brings me to our next topic. Got MILF? The younger man and the older woman. It's every boy's dream.
I remember being 20 and going out to bars and like going, dude, check out that 40-year-old over there. That's where it's at right there, man. That's what's going on, okay? Because she knows what's going on.
Younger women are willing to do anything, but unless you come with a bag of tricks of your own, they got no game. So you get with an older woman and they got some crazy game.
In The Graduate, Mrs. Robinson opens up a whole new world to young Benjamin. One leg at a time. The film taught us that education doesn't end at college. Come here, Bobby.
Oh, you're trying to seduce me, Mrs. Robinson?
It's very nice to be able to guide a man and be like, put your here, put your here, and smile and tell me I'm pretty.
Decades later, Nicole Kidman sizzled as the ultimate high school femme fatale in To Die For.
To Die For teaches us a lot of lessons. One is sex ain't free, baby. If you're in high school and a hot older woman says to you, I will have sex with you if you murder my husband, you murder her husband.
This is the first time he's ever gotten laid, which goes back to that question, can you manipulate a man in bed? Well, apparently you can manipulate a man a whole lot of other places if you can throw down in the sheets.
Sometimes when you watch a movie like To Die For, you realize how dumb some of our lovely men can be. It is really all about sex.
I mean, the lesson is, like, beware of the older woman who's suddenly so fascinated with the 17-year-old boy. Like, she might have an ulterior motive.
The lesson, boys? No matter how much a hot older woman stimulates your curriculum, killing her husband can earn you some serious detention.
The downside to dating an older gal is that people might think she's your mother. That's what Taye Diggs learns in How Stella Got Her Groove Back. Well, not that Angela Bassett really looked like Mama.
How old was she, like 40 in the movie? And then she was dating a 20-year-old guy. If I was 40 and Taye Diggs approached me, I would be like, yeah, you know.
She got screwed over by her husband, and you know what? It turned out to be a good thing because she got a younger, hotter guy.
If you have to get your groove back by being with a hottie, I would say, you go, girl.
So go to an island, have sex with a Jamaican boy, and you'll get your groove back too. I should book my flight.
Fooling around with your friend's mom can be fun. Just think of the props you'll get when she drops you off at the kegger with your underwear hanging off the minivan dashboard. Another piece of pie, Pete.
I see with one of your friend's moms. You should probably take it.
Stifler's mom is a MILF for sure.
I think Jennifer Coolidge would be delighted to hear you say that. I think I'm proud to say she may be the first official one.
Stifler's mom was pretty hot because she threw caution to the wind and said, I don't care how awkward this is going to be at parent-teacher conference.
Mr. Finch, are you trying to seduce me?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
You're dead.
In White Palace, James Spader learns that age difference and class difference make no difference when love enters the picture.
Some older men and women don't want competition, or they don't want a headstrong person that's going to debate them on things. They just want to have a nice, easy relationship with someone that's younger and carefree and maybe doesn't care about the more adultish things that they have to worry about.
If you're really in love, it doesn't matter that one person's a French fry cook and one person is a yuppie. You know, love conquers all.
If I can just say this about Susan Sarandon, if I may paraphrase Indiana Jones, it ain't the years, baby, it's the mileage.
While many boys fantasize about older women, the chicks generally don't wear orthopedic shoes.
In Harold and Maude, we experience the ultimate May-December relationship.
You got to give it to him. He was an older soul and she was a younger soul. But the soul ain't what takes off their clothes.
Harold and Maude is an incredible movie. I loved it. Cat Stevens, the music, awesome. But isn't it kind of like having sex with fruit leather?
Gross.
You have to be very careful with elderly people, especially when you're having sex with them, because they can die.
There's a lot of pluses as well. You know, you probably get a lot of tea.
You can hang a disabled sticker in your car and park anywhere.
Animal House proved that sleeping with older women can do wonders for your GPA, if she's the dean's wife. Roll it, stud puppy!
Mine's bigger than that.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, my cucumber. It's bigger.
Watching Otter in Animal House seduce the dean's wife was a gift.
Otter was the man. I mean, did you see his room?
He had the sweetest pad. He brings her in, and like next thing you know, the things are moving, lights are dimming. To me, he exemplified just what cool was.
Because it was all about the motion in the ocean of the bed, and he had it.
The lesson we can take from the meeting between Dean Wormer's wife and Otter is you don't necessarily have to be smooth with vegetables in order to find a new home for your cucumber.
College students, take note. The dean's wife may know how to Phi Beta your Kappa, but if the dean finds out, you'll be taking puppet punching classes at the University of Impotence.
As a woman gets older, she reaches that savage hormonal peak and gets even more lustful, but probably has less luck because she's aging. It's just another cruel joke.
Samantha from Sex and the City taught us all that it's okay to sleep with younger men.
Who wants the wiener?
By the way, I condone older women sleeping with younger men.
What's good for the goose is good for the gander for many, many years. I mean, it's always been older men with younger women.
Just remember the lesson from Something's Gotta Give. Old guy plus young babe equals heart attack. Stick with her mom. Or at least keep some shark paddles handy.
What I've learned from Hollywood in the films is that if an older man has sex with a young woman, he's a pedophile. And if an older woman has sex with a young boy, all right!
Okay, let's summarize what Hollywood's taught us. Some older women are desperate and horny, and some have awesome skills in the boudoir. But be careful, the ladies might have ulterior motives, like wanting you to ice their husbands. So take it from me, boys. Just break yourself off a piece and leave the manslaughter to somebody else. Warming up? Good, because we're just getting started.
Next on the agenda, the best places to hook up Hollywood style, and steamy sex with some dangerous dames.
You'd scare the hell out of every man in America.
We'll be right back.
Frappuccino coffee drinks. It's you time.
The new, more dynamic BMW 3 Series.
This is amazing.
Perfect.
Check out the view.
G'day. My volleyball team used all the towels. Can I come over and borrow one of yours?
Sure.
Hey, Janet, there's donuts in the conference room.
Great.
Yeah.
Make your ideal trip a reality on Expedia with virtual tours to help you book the right hotel for you.
Expedia.com.
This Father's Day, give Dad a razor he'll really love. The Motorola Razor. Now only $199.99. Only from Singular, raising the bar.
It's cool when you freak to the beat. Don't sweat the technique.
How far would you go? Fight for Fame, Sunday at 10/9 Central, only on E!
Frontier knocked out Colorado with a standard V6. We knocked out Tacoma with more horsepower and class-leading torque. We even gave the Dakota a standing 8. Frontier's V6 outpowers their V8. The all-new 2005 Nissan Frontier. It's a knockout. Ruggedly equipped from $15,600. Better drop by your Nissan dealer now.
Bang, bang, bang.
More technology comes more complication. Now there's an easy way to get the in-home technical support you need. The Cox Service Assurance Plan. Coverage includes all your home interior cable wiring to your TV and high-speed internet modem and telephone wiring. Plus, we'll diagnose any problems. We'll also show you how to use your equipment and make sure your services are trouble-free. All for one low monthly price. What you save on one service trip pays for almost a year of coverage. The Cox Service Assurance Plan. Call today.
All new Sunday. $1 Million Smile? Check.
She's not afraid to look goofy and still be real.
Famous Friends? Check.
People want to see her all the time, you know? She's very cool.
Personal Turmoil? Double check.
She fought back and protected herself.
Jennifer Aniston, America's Sweetheart. All new Sunday at 8 on E!
Welcome back to What Hollywood Taught Us About Sex. I'm Miss McCarthy, your diva of desire. Every woman old enough to remember Flashdance learned a very important move from that film. And I'm not talking about arching your back while getting a bucket of water thrown at you.
Not only did I learn how to take my bra off under a shirt from watching the movie Flashdance, but every guy I've ever fooled around with apparently saw that movie too.
Hooking up is a great American pastime. And Hollywood has taught us that there are so many places to find Mr. Right Now. From courtrooms to casinos, bookstores to breakfast clubs. There's no setting two swollen libidos won't fit.
One of the most popular places to hook up is at a wedding. In the film American Wedding, even the bridesmaids say, I do.
It's time for me to boom boom with the bridesmaids, Finch. Because I'm going to hang out with my house.
Single people go to weddings hoping to get laid. I mean, single guys do.
Love is in the air at a wedding.
All my girlfriends are always like excited to go or be a bridesmaid because they're always hoping that they're gonna meet somebody.
That's just inherent desperation. Like, oh my God, my friend's getting married. I better go do the guy in the clothes closet.
Remember, guys, bridesmaid plus open bar equals action.
Ready to go?
The wedding's not for another hour.
No, I mean you and me.
Hold on.
In 4 Weddings and a Funeral, Hugh Grant shows us that no function is off limits for hooking up.
Hello.
Hi.
You want one of these?
Oh, thank you.
Apparently if you blink your eyes a lot and you just talk in an English accent, you'll get women. Hello, I'm Richie. I'm single at this wedding.
If you're not the one getting married, you sort of really hope you meet a guy there. It's sort of this
trans women go into about weddings.
Hooking up at weddings is a joke because, first of all, we end up putting so much money into people's weddings. We drive across country, you know, we buy dresses, we throw them bachelorette weekends, and what do we get out of it? A piece of chicken and a roll in the hay with their hillbilly cousin.
At a funeral, there's something about death that turns people on. Well, is it just me? I don't know. It's sort of like there's the death. I want to experience life, so they just grab the first guy and that's it.
One of the seminal date movies of the 90s was Sleepless in Seattle. Seminal. Look it up. Two people meet through the radio.
Sleepless in Seattle definitely gave people hope. The romantic idea that you could actually fall in love with somebody without knowing who this person is.
Hollywood taught us that this is a plausible way to hook up, but I'd advise against it. Chances are there's a reason your date chose this method. He or she has the perfect face for radio. High school detention is no fun, but it is a great place to find dates. Remember the Breakfast Club? Give me the club clip, Pete!
What a great place to meet, and what a perfect place to meet. I think that's why the film is so successful, because it makes sense that they would meet in detention.
Hooking up in detention, why not?
Why'd you do that? Cindy, you wouldn't?
I've always thought that detention is a wonderful place to meet people. You might think that you just meet the benders of the world, but chances are you're going to end up with Molly Ringwald or the principal, who's got you for 2 months. You mess with the bull, you get the horns.
The lesson that I feel like I took home with me is that try to get into detention as much as possible, because it's like an awesome place to meet other subversive people.
Hollywood's lesson? If you're getting an F in the romance department, throw a spitball at the teacher and turn that punishment into punishment. Ow.
6 days, 7 nights prove that even on a desert island with the most unlikely person, a hookup is possible. And it sure beats trying to make a radio out of coconuts.
Here would be my luck. I would be Harrison Ford. I would wreck on a deserted island with a gorgeous woman who then I find out is a lesbian.
But they didn't put the real snake down my pants, thank goodness.
Back in 1980, Brooke Shields washed ashore with Christopher Atkins in the Blue Lagoon. Another desert island hookup. But these two kids grow up together with no adult supervision. They have to learn about sex all by themselves.
It was all a story of natural love and how these kids were just sort of discovering their bodies and the sexuality.
There are some parts about that seem kind of cool, where you'd be uninhibited and stuff wouldn't be weird to you and you would just try it out.
Brooke Shields discovers Christopher Atkins masturbating on a rock with his back to her. After we shot the scene, Brooke came up to me and said, "What was he doing out there?" She didn't know what the scene was about. She was only 14 when we shot that.
Bet she knows now. A cool place to meet someone new is on the road. In Thelma and Louise, Brad Pitt hitchhikes his way into Gina Davis's bed.
I finally understand what all the fuss is about.
Most hitchhikers are kind of like scuzzy and dirty and greasy, and you know they could kill you if you picked them up. But Brad Pitt, I would pick up, so that was really hot.
Brad Pitt stole Gina Davis's money. Gosh, with a body like that, all he would have had to do was ask for it. Right? Meow.
But be smart, ladies. There's a reason a hitchhiker doesn't have a car. So hide your cash, even if he does look like Brad Pitt.
Then there's Adam Sandler as Billy Madison. Billy returns to school to brush up on a few things he missed in grades 1 through 12 and finds a great way to become teacher's pet.
Oh, yes. Oh, my. Oh, God, yes. Lordy.
Billy Madison.
Huh?
Billy Madison took the hot teacher fantasy to a whole new level because he ended up marrying that Veronica Vaughn.
Oh, Veronica Vaughn.
Oh, hot. Want to touch the hiney.
Another hip meeting place is the bookstore. In Notting Hill, Hugh Grant and Julia Roberts prove that it pays to read between the lines.
That book's really not great. Just in case, browsing turned to buy.
It depends on the bookstore. If the bookstore owner speaks, let's say, with an accent and doesn't shave, that's dangerous, right? But if the bookstore owner is a blinky British guy, then it turns into love.
If you watch Notting Hill, you may think to yourself, why would Julia Roberts' character ever fall for Hugh Grant? And it's because, hey, he owns a bookstore. And on some level, that's hot.
Hollywood's message is clear. There are plenty of places to hook up with complete strangers, so be prepared. Keep a bottle of perfume and some breath strips next to your pepper spray, and you'll be ready for anything.
When class continues, cheating on your spouse, the fatal lessons. And some folks are just plain kinky. Plus,
get out there and keep trying. You may end up dead, but the sex is always hotter.
Oops, they've done it again. E's got even more, even better, 101 even bigger celebrity oops. The countdown starts June 26th, only on E.
All right, double latte chocomucca lacca latte, $5. Nacho Maximus, $5.50. A triple bypass cheeseburger, $5.99. Yikes, that really adds up. You know, on the new Jenny Craig, you can lose weight without losing your shirt. And that'll give you leftover money to buy things that are really important. Like a thong. I've lost 35 pounds. Cha-ching!
Lose 20 pounds for $20, plus the cost of food. Call 1-800-JENNY-20 now.
You, with the bag of potato chips. Have you called Jenny yet? Call her.
What makes us feel so special? Oh, I think it's the little things. Like Fade-Resistant Preference by L'Oreal. This is big, beautiful, shiny preference color that won't fade out. And 6 weeks of vitamin E conditioning so your hair won't dry out. Fade-Resistant Preference by L'Oreal Paris.
Hey, I came as soon as I heard about Muffin.
He was the sweetest cat ever.
I know. I'm sorry. Mocha.
No, baby, Muffin.
Muffin, yeah, Muffin. The cat.
The tempting DQ Latte in mocha, cappuccino, French vanilla, and new caramel. Do one. And don't forget DQ for a delicious Father's Day cake.
Go to Priceline now for the best hotel deals this summer. Name your own price for 3- and 4-star hotels and save up to $100 a night off other leading travel sites every night you stay. Brilliant. Only at the new Priceline.
Q&A. Actress Renee Zellweger and country star Kenny Chesney were married in a ceremony that lasted only 15 minutes. It was so fast, the bride didn't have time to blush. Time for your bonus round. What former boyfriend of Zellweger's also recently tied the knot in record time in a small ceremony that took place in South America?
Q&A. Want to say goodbye to stubborn acne? Neutrogena Advanced Solutions Acne System. Clinically proven to help clear visible acne, and as the skin camera shows, stop the acne forming under your skin. It's everything you need for clearer skin. Advanced Solutions, Neutrogena.
Now, you don't have to steal his razor. Introducing Schick Quattro for women. As advanced as a man's razor, but designed for you, with 4 thin blades and a sleek metal handle.
Don't even think about it.
The new Schick Quattro for women.
You've got your period, and you're here.
Yeah, why?
I would have killer cramps. Bloating, no energy.
Well, I took Midol.
Midol's tough on cramps, and unlike Tylenol and Advil, takes care of bloating and fatigue.
Now what?
Something salty.
Uh-huh.
What's inside Minute Maid Light? There's the fruit. There's the fun. There's the flavor. Yet there's just 2 carbs and 5 tiny calories. Minute Maid Light. Light on calories, loaded with taste.
Andy, you can cut the tension with a knife. Here we are. First up, the sporting group entry, a breed that originated in Europe.
Oh, now this big fella's from the working group. Bet he's got quite an appetite.
I'll bet he does, Andy. And here's a CRV, an extremely versatile breed. You find them on farms, ranches.
And the city.
Yes, of course, the city.
And look at him responding to the crowd.
Andy, there's a good look at the Honda CRV. And now for the toy group.
Always a crowd favorite.
Tuesday, Bloomberg TV is going global. We'll chat with noted emerging markets investor Mark Mobius. Find out where he's investing on Bloomberg's Morning Call.
Welcome back. The class is sex education. I'm Miss McCarthy, your fair lady of lust. Our next subject is always popular in Hollywood, from Fatal Attraction to Desperate Housewives. Cheating on your spouse is a topic that never goes out of style. We call it side dish. If there's one lesson Hollywood teaches us, it's that the cheater always pays a price. Sometimes the price is a broken heart. Sometimes it's worse.
My mom always said, all men are pigs, you just have to pick the best one.
I don't think there was a woman in America that didn't turn to her mate after Fatal Attraction and go, aha! You see what can happen?
It scared the hell out of me. It scared the hell out of every man in America.
Men, you need to keep your woo-woos in your pants. I mean, something's gonna happen if you're gonna let them out. Then Snake's gonna get his head cut off. Did I just say that?
I think I was little when I saw Fatal Attraction, and I didn't really understand what cheating was, but I knew that I was never gonna do it with Glenn Close.
Me too.
I wouldn't recommend buying bunny rabbits for your children, for pets. Buy them lobsters. It's not as sad when they boil.
Be there, because the mistress is gonna get you.
The lesson is, make sure the chick that you have an affair with is not crazy.
In The Prince of Tides, Barbra Streisand taught us that it's okay for a married shrink to sleep with the married brother of one of her patients, as long as the lighting is right.
Here's what you can learn about having sex with your therapist. The bill reduces greatly.
Good therapy.
In The First Wives Club, Sarah Jessica Parker treats Bette Midler's husband to plenty of sex in the city. We soon learn that the city is Divorceville.
The one thing I learned about cheating and sex from The First Wives Club is maybe it's not such a good idea to go to couples therapy with your husband when the therapist is hotter than you are.
She's very confused. I think that she seeks the worst sort of help possible, that therapist.
It's an age-old problem. Men leaving their wives for younger women. We know now that most marriage vows say, until death or perkier breasts do us part.
The lesson was cloudy for me because it seemed like many of the first wives had massive amounts of plastic surgery to look younger. So it was all, the message got lost.
Not to worry, the three wives don't take their husbands cheating laying down. They teach them a lesson about commitment.
Morty sees the light. Morty is the character married to Bette Midler. He sees the light.
The First Wives Club was definitely a testament to so many women out there that you can get back on your own 2 feet and do even better.
With the movie Closer, we were taught that it's okay to cheat on your mistress with your lover, just as long as your mistress's lover doesn't cheat on his lover with your mistress. Got it? I don't.
Did you have a boss because you had sex with him? So you wouldn't smell of him? So you'd feel less guilty?
I think the lesson in Closer is like get some therapy before you try to like get married.
I always love you, I hate hurting you.
Why are you?
I'm selfish. And I think I'd be happier with her.
If you're not careful, you're gonna swap partners more times than the average couple at a square dance.
That's the spirit. Thank you. Thank you for your honesty. Now, off and die.
In Presumed Innocent, if only Harrison Ford hadn't cheated with a hot blonde, his sweet, adoring wife wouldn't have turned into a cold-blooded murderess. A decade later, Harrison Ford cheated again, this time on Michelle Pfeiffer.
What Lies Beneath is a perfect example of why you cannot bury your ex-lover or ex-girlfriend at the dock in front of your house. Okay, guys, be a little bit more creative.
The main lesson in What Lies Beneath regarding cheating is that if you cheat, it will come back to haunt you.
Remember the reality series Temptation Island? Mark Wahlberg hosted.
The truth is, as soon as a guy would start to think about straying with a girl, the thought of his girl doing the exact same thing on the other side of the island was more than most people could handle. So I actually thought that it played out as an interesting morality play at the end.
The movie Unfaithful taught us that if you're Richard Gere, one day you're the hunky stud, and the next, you're the boring older husband who's been cheated on. Roll the train, Pete!
There's a moment when she's sitting in the train and she's remembering the first time that she's made love to the lover. Her face mirrors everything that she's feeling. She's crying, she's laughing, she's guilty, she's excited.
Damn, some of these movies make it look so good. Look so sexy. Damn. Woo!
Unfaithful was pretty frightening, wasn't it? I mean, she's just having an affair, and you kind of understood because he's this hot French guy with greasy hair, and suddenly he's getting smashed in the head with a snow globe.
He's a French guy. They're not going to fight back. And he didn't. Hit him twice in the head, down he goes.
Who goes to jail? The husband, for hitting the guy with a snow globe, as if that's a crime.
I think love will make you crazy, so you better be careful who you sleep with and how good you are.
The basic lesson of most movies where there's like an extramarital affair or cheating, the basic lesson is don't, or you will get killed.
It's only worth dying for a really hot piece of ass.
Hollywood's lesson on extramarital affairs is loud and clear. Knocking someone else's boots can have you knocking on death's door. And believe me, sex loses all of its fun once you're no longer breathing, no matter which end of the stick you're on. And now, class, we're about to get seriously kinky. Sometimes we get tired of just plain old vanilla, don't wrinkle the bedspread, I just iron it kind of sex, and we start to look for a little more spice. Our next topic. If Grandma and Grandpa are still in the room, you may want to ask them to go on a lengthy errand. Movies are an integral part of our sexual education. Millions learned how to soften a stick of butter from Last Tango in Paris. Pity the lactose intolerant. And thanks to Body of Evidence, dozens threw away their dripless candles and embraced the hot wax once reserved for bikini lines.
There's a ton of fetishes and kinky things that people are doing. You just don't always hear about it in day-to-day life.
Let me tell you something. America is freaky.
When it comes to kinkiness on screen, one name comes to mind. All eyes on Exhibit A, please. Mr. James Spader. In Sex, Lies, and Videotape, Mr. Spader videotaped women. In Secretary, Mr. Spader spanked women. Naughty boy. And in Crash, let's just say Mr. Spader and his playmates shared a lot of body fluids, plus some engine coolant. I tried to get Mr. Spader to be our guest speaker, but he was detained by airport security at his request. My personal favorite and Maggie Gyllenhaal's, Secretary.
Give a whole new meaning to the word dictation.
And my secretary has prepared research material.
She enjoys being a masochist.
Ouch! Show how kinky you are. It could help you advance your career. You could get along with your boss a lot better.
I think people got some great ideas from Secretary, like, you know, slapping your mate in the ass with, like, you know, just the spatula.
The lesson from Secretary really is that S&M is quite fun. It's wholesome, family fun.
The lesson is explore.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
Just
it's,
explore.
you know,
have a go. You know.
Have a good time all the time.
Yeah.
Deviants are charming.
That's one way to keep your business in the red.
I think the lesson is hopefully someone out there is for you, and you will find that person in an unexpected way.
In Flirting with Disaster, we discovered that having sex can really be the pits.
Oh my God.
Can we stop all this craziness, huh?
Yes. Josh Brolin has this armpit fetish, and I thought I was the only one. And I'm a girl, but I'm not the same way. But only with my boyfriend.
It's very pheromonal and gross.
There is nothing wrong with that.
You haven't been treating her very well. Do you know that?
Oh, you know what? You know what, buddy? You know, you got a lot of nerve. You come in here, you lick my wife's armpit.
Licking underarms, never sexy. And I would even say that women don't enjoy it.
I wasn't even enjoying that.
It seems like you were enjoying it.
You know, I'm gonna have that image in my head for the rest of my life, your tongue in there.
Making love to someone's armpit requires plenty of coordination, not to mention a good antiperspirant. And ladies, don't forget the stubble. Not good. For our European friends, you can skip that last part. In Woody Allen's Everything You Always Wanted to Know About Sex But Were Afraid to Ask, the game show parody What's My Perversion allowed contestants to share their kinkiness. Pay attention to one panelist, a very young Regis Philbin.
Regis Philbin is up next. When you're doing your perversion, do you have any need for props?
Oh, no. Would you like to tell them exactly what your perversion is? You already have your $50.
Yes, I liked to expose myself on subways.
On subways. Sorry.
Of course, when it comes to kink, 9.5 weeks is in a class by itself. Food and sex always went hand in hand. Well, depending on how much the guy paid for the meal. But in this film, Kim Basinger and Mickey Rourke give new meaning to the term hungry for love.
You open that refrigerator door and you have a whole different appreciation for what's in there once you see 9.5 weeks.
If you can have food and have sex at the same time, it's perfect, right?
I tried doing the eating thing from 9.5 weeks, but I was so excited by the food, I never got to move on to the sex.
They were very lucky in terms of what was in their refrigerator. I mean, if they just opened it up and there was like a 3-week-old dead fish, and that was all that was in there.
Or some half-eaten pizza.
Yeah,
that wouldn't be sexy.
Really old piece of cheese. Yeah. And then they just had to kind of go.
I'd like to see that film.
Milk.
I'd like to see that film remade with stuff from my refrigerator.
You ask. we deliver. Take a minute to recover. Now what have we learned? That kinky is okay. Armpits can be sexy, spanking can be a turn on, feeding your lover food items while she's writhing on the floor can be erotic or revolting. Just be sure to check the expiration dates. Well, nothing ruins orgasmic sex like botulism. Oh, that feels so good. Been waiting to do that. Coming up next, kiddies, what Hollywood taught us about location. Goodbye, bedroom. Hello, back sprain. And later.
The fact that she was actually having a threesome was like a gift from the gods.
Don't go anywhere.
What's hot? Hooters hot! That's right, Hooters is hot. It's the ultimate glam gig. Hooters girls are America's cheerleaders and enjoy a job that's fun, flexible, and glamorous. So picture yourself at Hooters. For a fun place to work, this is Brooke Burke saying, Hooters is what's hot.
Do you have what it takes? Hooters is searching for the perfect Hooters girl today.
Tara Lee Patrick renamed herself Carmen Electra, goddess of the sea, then became a sea goddess on Baywatch. Coincidence? We think.
Catch Jennifer Aniston, America's Sweetheart, Sunday at 8/7 Central on E!
Tony, most people want to get in better shape, but they just don't have the time.
Well, Stacy, what if I told you in just 3 20-minute workouts, only 1 hour a week, you can increase your energy levels, strengthen your heart, reduce your stress, and shape all the muscles of your body, all with one quality machine? Would you be interested?
Yes, I would.
Well, Stacy, I have good news.
Tell me more.
I just saved a bunch of money on my car insurance by switching to Geico. Yeah, baby, you can do it.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Adaptive headlights, designed to anticipate what lies ahead. Unsurpassed 335 horsepower, designed to leave all others behind. The luxury sedan, designed to outperform. Introducing the all-new M from Infiniti.
Experience. Music Choice presents the Afro-Cuban All-Stars. Juan DeMarcos Gonzalez of the Buena Vista Social Club leads this jazz-influenced Cuban orchestra with musicians from the Buena Vista Sessions. This amazing concert captures the essence of Cuban music and features exclusive footage from the Afro-Cuban All-Stars Live in Japan DVD. Don't miss it.
He's dashing, debonair, and a doozy of a dad.
And Anne, since you answered the fewest number of trivia questions correctly, you are the weakest link.
Watch Pierce Brosnan host the funniest show on TV.
To be here.
Don't miss Saturday Night Live, Saturday at 10/9 Central. Brought to you by Armani Black Code. Do you have the code? The ultimate code of seduction. The Armani Code. Discover the new fragrance for men by Giorgio Armani.
Argyle action. Silver secret.
Class is back in session. I'm Miss McCarthy, your guru of gratification. I realize it's getting warmer, so just loosen your collar or hose yourself down. Our next topic is about atmosphere, ambiance, location. I like to call it look up before you hook up.
People have sex in strange places in movies because the bedroom is typically forbidden. There has to be something dangerous.
You're always looking for the new thrill or the new food or the new something because people's lives get stale.
I once had sex on top of a washing machine, only because the person I was having sex with wasn't very experienced, so I figured it was better if we just turned that on and hope for the best.
Hollywood has shown us that lovemaking doesn't have to be confined to your bedroom. If you got the itch, sometimes you just gotta scratch, no matter where you are.
Always get your man?
Mm-hmm.
Think you'll get me?
Oh, I hope so. The Thomas Crown Affair taught us why healthy people take the stairs.
Pierce Brosnan does Rene Russo on stairs.
They make love. They do the wild thing.
Do not recommend that, unless there's carpeting.
Bruises on your butt and your knees. I guess they just couldn't wait.
When you're having sex on a staircase, you're saying, I'm so attracted to you, I can't even wait till we get upstairs. Let's start to go upstairs. You know what? We're not going upstairs anymore. I can't wait.
I was just in it for the sex. I'm just a shallow guy.
Sex in the backseat of a car? Been there, done that. But in the backseat of a car in a ship? Yeah, now we're talking hot. Leo and Kate crested the iceberg in Titanic.
This scene angered me because Leo got to check off 2 notches on the list. He had car sex and boat sex in one shot.
There are copycat sex crimes everywhere. I mean, after a movie like Titanic comes out, you do not want to smell the carport on a luxury liner. It's just steamy and gross, and I mean, people are bringing back the food from the buffet into the car with them. It's not pretty.
But girls, if you try this one out, make sure you're on the pill. Dramamine, that is. Then there was body of evidence with our wacky girl Madonna giving the new meaning to the term hood ornament.
These scenes were quite specific. Certain things have to happen, and certain props are used.
When you're having sex on the hood of a car, you gotta check for broken glass, you gotta check for hood ornaments, and most of all, check to make sure no one's in the passenger seat. Because that's embarrassing.
Oh, me, caveman. Me, do it on hood of car with Madonna.
Isn't sex with Madonna scary enough without broken glass?
In Just Married, Ashton Kutcher and Brittany Murphy showed us just how friendly the skies can be.
The whole taboo about being in the Mile High Club, it's like the rush of like, ooh, is somebody gonna see us go in and are we gonna get caught?
A lot of people get nervous about it. If you just open the door and 2 people go in, they're gonna knock on it, like, what are you doing? But you walk up, you have her fake like she's kind of sick, and then you just walk in, you act like you're getting medicine in your pocket, like you're about to give it to her. It covers you for a good 2-3 minutes, which is usually what it takes for me anyway.
Sex in the lavatory of an airplane is possible, but only if you're as skinny as Brittany Murphy.
Please be courteous to other passengers when the pilot turns on the no booty sign. The movie Backdraft proved that sex on the top of a fire truck is efficient. You're able to put out 2 blazes at once.
They show me a fire truck.
I'd say the last time I had sex on a fire truck, the main obstacle were the other firemen. In a crowd, sometimes I get nervous.
The last time I had sex on a fire truck, I think the main obstacle was the dog.
Woody Allen's Everything You Always Wanted to Know About Sex But Were Afraid to Ask illustrated the fact that for some crazy couples, sex only works if it takes place in public.
Could be trouble if you live in Idaho, but not necessarily if you live in Amsterdam.
The thrill factor of possibly getting caught adds another component, and that often enhances the sexual experience.
I guess the only thing we would learn from that movie is probably not to get caught.
I guess if you're going to have sex in public places, the department store is a good choice, but don't forget your underwear.
Here's a tip. If you want to make new friends, throw a pool party. Showgirls showed us that lesson.
I think what we learned from that is slow. Slow it down, make it sensual. You're in a pool.
It's a turn-on for her. She's an animal in that way.
There was nothing smooth or seductive about that. That looked like a fight for life.
Nobody moves like that, you know.
For the record, ladies, chlorine can burn, and you don't want to have to see that doctor after a torrid night of passion.
Oh, and remember, always wait 2 hours after eating before nailing a stripper in the pool.
Speaking of personal health, in 8 Mile, Eminem made it clear why it's always important to wear a hard hat inside a car factory.
It wasn't exactly a love scene, I don't think.
More women would keep their boyfriends if they'd surprise them like that.
Last time I had sex at a car factory in Detroit, I mean, it was good, but then they blew the whistle for lunch, and then everybody was in the room, so that wrecked it for me. I lost my concentration.
See, the last time I had sex in a car factory in Detroit, I think the main obstacle was the guy firing everyone. At some point, I got fired in the middle of it. The good thing is, though, was that Michael Moore was right there for me. He wanted me to get right back in there and keep going. He said he was going to get my job back.
The movie Parenthood taught us that if your hormones rage while driving, always keep one eye on the road.
My back is tense, my neck is tense.
Maybe I could do something to help you relax.
I doubt it, honey.
I'd like to try.
Now, a lot of people think it's a great idea to perform oral sex while in the car. And while it's very, very entertaining for the truckers that are passing by, probably not a good idea.
I think the lesson we can learn is maybe you should practice mouth love in the driveway and see if your partner is capable of automotive control before you take that technique on the speedway.
So, how'd this happen?
Show 'em, honey.
Next lesson. 8 legs are better than 4. Bull Durham instructed audiences to forget the bed and go right for the kitchen table.
There's that thing where they, move everything off the table and fall back onto it, and that you see in so many movies where everything's just sort of knocking to the ground. Glass may be breaking, but we don't care because all that matters is us, consummating our love.
Who hasn't had sex on the dining room table? Me.
A more recent example of how to set a proper table? Desperate Housewives. Remember, breasts always go to the right of the salad fork. Ow.
I don't want to eat on that table after that's gone on. Maybe with Ava Longoria I might consider it, but still no.
The creepy part about sex on the kitchen table, I mean, you could be sitting there the next day eating breakfast, having no clue what happened on that table the night before.
If you have candles lit to set the mood, you want to remove those from the table before the sex.
Now, what did we learn from this? Sex on a ship is hip. Have sex on a table if you're able. And what better activity for the top of a truck than to, well, you get the idea.
It definitely opens up your mind to the possibilities that exist beyond what you've thought of.
Whew, it really is getting hot in here. I'm going to take a tip from Marilyn Monroe in the 7-Year Itch. She kept her undies in the icebox. When class continues, the subject will be hookers, Hollywood style. Are they really pretty women with hearts of gold?
Hi, are you my 3 o'clock?
Or boozy broads looking to take a bite out of your wallet? We'll get the 411. And coming up later, faking it.
I think every woman got a license to fake it after that movie.
Oh, now that is kinky.
Join the party that never ends with host Jenny McCarthy. Party at the Palms. The all-new E-Series premieres Wednesday, when at 10.
My dad keeps bringing home Quizno's new Angus double steak and cheese sub. You should see this behemoth. It's stacked with a double dose of Angus steak and 2 melted cheeses. Then it's topped with Quizno's mild peppercorn sauce and oven toasted to tasty perfection. One day when the old man's not looking, sayonara.
Come try the tasty new Angus double steak and cheese sub, only at Quizno's.
Double the Angus.
Quizno's. Toasty.
Now, you don't have to steal his razor. Introducing Schick Quattro for women. As advanced as a man's razor, but designed for you. With 4 thin blades and a sleek metal handle. The new Schick Quattro for women.
Pinocchio, to become a real boy, you've got to stop this lying.
You are so right, Pop.
It's embarrassing.
I'll try harder.
order.
This is some pizza. Such a crust. And these toppings. Who delivered?
I don't know. I looked in the phone book. I called your favorite place, and they came right over. Uh-oh.
It's not delivery?
For fresh baked pizza at home, it's not delivery. It's DiGiorno.
I should have made the coffee table.
I'm lost in you, in your splash of cherry. Your hint of vanilla makes me feel so very. I'm lost in new diet cherry, vanilla Dr. Pepper.
Decades of James Bond films have shown us the struggle between duty and booty. You have to save the world, but you also want those Bond girls. It pays to be suave, guys. Suave and debonair. More sex lessons coming up.
You know the Rileys have never tasted a hot dog? Neither has Miss Fallon's class. The folks in Section 12 only think they have. They've never tasted a hot dog because they've never tasted Hebrew National. So purely delicious because they're kosher. A taste that comes from premium quality beef made under the strictest of standards. And soon everyone will be saying, yes! I have tasted a hot dog, and boy, was it good! Hebrew National, isn't it time you tasted a hot dog?
Campbell's tomato soup, possibilities. So nice, with grilled cheese, together with my family. Dip it, dunk it, stir it up. That's the way we like it. Possibilities.
This is amazing. Perfect. Check out the view.
G'day. My volleyball team used all the towels. Can I come over and borrow one of yours?
Sure. Hey, Janet! There's donuts in the conference room.
Great.
Yeah.
Make your ideal trip a reality on Expedia with virtual tours to help you book the right hotel for you.
Expedia.com.
Hey, I came as soon as I heard about Muffin.
He was the sweetest cat ever.
I know. It's all right. Mocha.
No, baby, Muffin.
Muffin. Yeah, Muffin. The cat.
The tempting DQ Mulate in mocha, cappuccino, French vanilla, and new caramel. Do one. And don't forget DQ for a delicious Father's Day cake.
First, there was dial-up. Then, there was accelerated dial-up. And now, a new breakthrough. Surf the web at speeds so fast, you'll swear it's broadband. Net Zero High-Speed 3G, the third generation of Internet access.
This portion of E brought to you by Net Zero Internet Access. Only $9.95. Call 1-800-NET-ZERO or download it in only 2 minutes at netzero.com.
Cocoa Mocha.
Welcome back to What Hollywood Taught Us About Sex. I'm Miss McCarthy, your princess of passion. How many of you guys have paid for sex? Liars! When you fork over $200 for dinner, you're paying for sex. And dessert better be tasty. Now, for decades, the big screen featured prostitutes. But does the pretty woman tart with a heart thing really exist?
Pretty Woman was probably every streetwalker's fantasy movie, because after they saw that, they're like, there is a God, like there is hope. I can meet my Prince Charming while I'm still prostituting.
Good hookers in Hollywood movies are always the good girl, the heart of gold girl, because otherwise audiences don't like them.
I was crazy about her, and therefore kind of acted accordingly so that other people would hopefully be crazy about her.
Pretty Woman, Mighty Aphrodite, these movies definitely showed another side to a profession that's been around forever.
Hi, are you my 3 o'clock?
In Mighty Aphrodite, we learned that some hookers have no time for talk. They just want to get down to business.
I don't like possessive men. You come in here, you don't want to do anything with me. You're telling me what to do.
I want to talk.
Do you want to do it or not?
I want to talk. I paid you. I want to talk.
Oh, no.
I want
Okay.
to. I
Then
bought
you
the
get your money
time.
back. No,
keep
I'm
the
giving
money.
it back.
Keep the
refund.
Keep
Let's
the money.
go. No.
I bought the time.
Hey, stop it. No, I'm giving it
Why
back. and I'm
can't I
leaving.
talk?
Get out.
I do have a feeling that people like to see likable hookers. If you can make the audience like a hooker, then they can all forgive themselves for whatever, their own sexuality may be. So I think that's what it is, actually.
Lesson learned, if you're going to just want to talk to somebody, go to your therapist. You don't need to go to a hooker.
If men were more interested in talking than sex, they'd probably get laid more often.
Elizabeth Shue may have been pretty, but there was no Rodeo Drive shopping spree courtesy of big old boozer Nicolas Cage and leaving Las Vegas.
I think there's a real beauty in their existence because they are so connected to life and death.
Her life did not seem appealing. It really sort of showed it for what it was really like.
Here you got a hooker taking care of an alcoholic, right? Good times. It's peppy. It should have been a musical, really, I think.
Vegas, there's a lot of bad things happening. If you're gonna be a hooker, do it somewhere fun, like Disney World.
And who could forget Charlize Theron in Monster?
Half and half, 25, straight up.
Get that deal in the lingerie shop. What are you in a union or
Look,
something?
man, I'm no I'm a shampoo girl here, okay? I'm the real deal, all right? So let's see it. No, man, I'm talking about the cash.
She didn't look perfect, and I think that that's true of a lot of prostitutes. They're not like, they don't look like movie stars.
The way she goes about it is very realistic, how some women actually do it. She meets strangers, it's very unsafe.
She made some really bad choices in her life, but she also came from a very unfortunate place, and I don't know if we can necessarily say that we wouldn't have ended up like her if we had had the same life she did.
She wasn't a happy hooker.
Even Charlize Theron needs a little help every now and then, and you can sneak into a gas station bathroom or wet your hair, and all of a sudden, you're doable.
Now, for those keeping score, Mira Sorvino, Mighty Aphrodite, and Charlize Theron, Monster, both Oscar winners. Julia Roberts and Elizabeth Shue were also nominated. So, playing a whore reaps big rewards.
Hi there. You can call me Call Girl, and you can call me. I'm such an agreeable companion. I can be funny, flirty, dirty, dominating. It's all up to you and your credit limit. See, I'm not a hooker with a heart of gold like the ones in the movies. No. I have 3 bastard children, a nasty crack habit, and half my teeth are fake. One more thing. I don't kiss on the first date. Unless you fork up an extra $500. So, leave your cares at the door, and I'll put a great big smile on your face. But if you don't pay up front, my pimp will beat the living crap out of you, so. Oh, hi.
For you guys feeling left out of the sex for money industry, take notice. In American Gigolo, Richard Gere showed us that studs need duds. The better you dress, the higher your asking price. So, players, go hit an Armani exchange. Roll Gigolo Pete!
This woman hadn't had an orgasm in maybe 10 years. Took me 3 hours to get her off.
I mean, the guy was rich, having a good time. I mean, he was lucky. He was good looking. He got off easy.
I think what's endearing about the movie American Gigolo is the fact that a guy can legitimately fall for an older woman who pays him to have sex with her, which is why I'm working hard to make a few bucks.
First off, let's just hope that all gigolos look like Richard Gere. I would hope that would be the case.
I actually saw American Gigolo and I thought, wow, if I lived next door to the American Gigolo, there's a comedy there.
In Deuce Bigelow, Rob Schneider teaches us that gigolos can't be choosers.
I don't ever want to see, Rob Schneider ever again in a bikini underwear, ever.
Rob Schneider? Who would pay to have sex with him?
Seeing me trying to have success with women was innately funny.
If you're Rob Schneider, you're not going to get laid. I mean, it's just not going to happen.
You don't have to be Adonis to be a man whore.
Listen up, man whore. I would have busted you right now.
You're gonna see one movie about a man whore. Let it be my movie.
I love that a guy like Deuce can still make money.
I think, the lesson in Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo is that Rob Schneider stars in all the movies Adam Sandler doesn't want to.
Coming up next, girls with girls and boys with boys. And I'm not talking about sleepaway camp. Plus, when it comes to the bedroom, is the more the merrier? Don't go away.
You're going to get to have a champagne-induced threesome with Neve Campbell and Denise Richards, but later you're going to be killed. You still may take that one.
I like Fair and Flexible America for Families because it covers more people than any other network. There's no huge overages or any roaming or long-distance charges, so I can call my whole family. Marie, Jimmy, Tito,
Donnie.
You don't have a Tito.
No Tito?
No Tito.
Announcing the Sprint PCS Fair and Flexible American Network for Families, covering more people in more places than anyone else. Sprint PCS, now that's better.
It's no surprise clients want me to tell them how to get salon healthy hair at home. And I tell them it has to start with professional products, which, here's the secret, don't have to cost a fortune. Do you know about Tresemme? It's salon performance hair care because it started in salons and it's affordable. Hello, it's my job, making women look and feel fabulous. Professional, affordable.
Now protect your hair from heat with new Tresemme Heat Tamer.
How far would you go? Fight for Fame, Sunday at 10/9 Central, only on E!
Try the great new taste of Pepsi One, the one sweetened with Splenda brand sweetener.
Want to say goodbye to stubborn acne? Neutrogena Advanced Solutions Acne System. Clinically proven to help clear visible acne, and as the skin camera shows, stop the acne forming under your skin. It's everything you need for clearer skin. Advanced Solutions, Neutrogena.
Ice cold milk and an Oreo cookie. They forever go together with a classic combination. When a dark, delicious cookie meets an icy cold sensation like the one and only creamy, crunchy chocolate Oreo.
Find out more about Milk's favorite jingle promotion. Visit Oreo.com.
The one and only creamy, crunchy chocolate Oreo.
Now, you don't have to steal his razor. Introducing Schick Quattro for Women. As advanced as a man's razor, but designed for you. With 4 thin blades and a sleek metal handle.
Don't even think about it.
The new Schick Quattro for Women.
Came as soon as I heard about Muffin.
He was the sweetest cat ever.
Mocha.
No, baby, Muffin.
Muffin, yeah, Muffin. The cat.
The tempting DQ Mulate. Do one.
Oops, they've done it again. Ow! E's got even more, even better, 101 even bigger celebrity oops. The countdown starts June 26th, only on E!
Inside Arizona is brought to you by your friends in the cable industry.
I'm State Representative Rick Murphy from District 9. Did you know that using a broom instead of a hose to clean your driveway or patio can save 80 gallons of water every time? Please take responsibility for helping to conserve our valley's water supply. For more information on how to conserve this vital resource, visit the Arizona Department of Water Resources website.
It's time to join forces with Movement Inc. and get animated. To get animated is to start getting active to build a healthy mind, body, and spirit. And now the Get Animated Tour is coming to your town with exciting activities, lots of prizes, and of course your favorite Cartoon Network stars. So join the action and get animated.
99.9 KEZ, Beth and Bill in the morning, and the most soft rock all day.
Join the party that never ends with host Jenny McCarthy. Party at the Palms. The all-new E! Series premieres Wednesday, when at 10.
Welcome back to What Hollywood Taught Us About Sex. I'm Miss McCarthy, your emissary of eroticism. So far, we've deflowered virgins, slept with older women, and mixed it up with hookers. And you thought your job was tough. First, a topic that proves Hollywood has a very big closet, with shows like Will and Grace and Queer Eye, not to mention Ellen and the L Word. Gay relationships have taken center stage.
I think the way we're going now, movies and TV shows are going to make people feel they're not cool unless they're gay, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Maybe we'll have a whole gay country.
When Ellen DeGeneres came out in real life and on her sitcom in 1997, the double whammy made history.
Our first girls' night since Ellen declared every night a girls' night.
When Ellen came out, it showed you can come out and still have a career. You can come out and actually be more successful than you were before you came out because you're being true to yourself.
I think it was important for people at home to watch, to see, and sort of be educated. I don't think a lot of people get to watch that coming out process.
I really think that Ellen DeGeneres deserves a Peace Prize for what she did in terms of creating tolerance for 10% of the population.
I'm gay. It's my girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
I should have just said so.
Well, hey, it's all about who you fall in love with, right?
Yep, that's what they say.
She got angry. She and the Anne Hesh were like, you're not giving us work because we're gay, and then they had more work than anyone in Hollywood, so I don't get it.
You can't legally marry here in the U.S. Would you be averse to moving to Denmark or Norway?
I'm all for gay marriages. I just don't want to freeze my ass off. Listen.
Ellen taught America that the cute, perky girl next door just might be a lesbian.
I think that she did an incredible job. Obviously, there wouldn't be Will and Grace without Ellen.
In 1998, Will and Grace debuted.
There was no big coming out episode. There was nothing political about it. It was just, by the way, here's 4 characters and they all want to sleep with guys.
You got 2 levels of gay, okay? You got Will gay, or you got Jack gay. Will's the guy that dresses really nice. A girl might look at him and think he's straight. Now Jack, on the other hand, is super gay. It's fabulous, right? And he's all over the place and he loves it. But the thing is, he owns it too. He doesn't apologize for it. And I think that's what makes him cool in the show.
Oh, huge basket. Yeah, and he made that shot too.
It's the people who can't help being queens that really change the world.
The sitcom proved TV audiences were ready to welcome gay characters into their living rooms, and that gay and straight aren't all that different.
It teaches us that there are men and women who are homosexual, and they're out there, and they're real people, and they're in normal lives like we are, but they just have a different sexual preference.
Either way, it ain't easy finding good sex in the city.
He's in love with me, but me, I like the ladies. Right, bitch?
The L Word depicts the lives of a group of upper-class gay women in Los Angeles, most of whom happen to be thin and gorgeous. The lesson here? Some women really do prefer other women. Sorry, guys.
The women in this show are super beautiful. Just look at Jennifer Beals, because she's a maniac. A maniac, for sure. And she's lesbian, and like she's never lesbian before.
If some of the girls on Sex and the City slept with each other, that would really be, to a certain extent, what the L Word is about.
The L Word has definitely kind of pushed that more glamorous, idealized image of a lesbian out there, which exists, which completely exists in the community, and which is something that I think a lot of people didn't know about.
My daughter is 11, and she does watch a lot of television. A lot of these situations that we see that are racy, the L Word or something, she'll see something that seems askew to her, and she'll ask questions about it, and so we have an opportunity at that point to address those issues.
The only lesson I'm still curious about, what goes on between lesbians, is who pays for stuff.
The L Word to me just cracked the code. As far as I'm concerned, that show should be on every day, every hour of every station.
Everybody asks, what's it like to kiss a woman? And it's my only answer is it doesn't rub your makeup off because there's no beard, and skin's really soft.
God bless Showtime.
On the OC, we learned that having a lesbian affair is a popular topic on television.
My girlfriend was telling me that Misha Barton made out with some girl on the show.
Some people thought it was too tame. Well, that was the boys, really. And then other people were like, I can't believe you guys did that on the show.
She's just right out there on the edge, hanging on for dear life and trying this and trying that. They're like 2 beautiful girls that love making out, which is great.
I think it's been treated in a pretty nice way, actually. It's just a relationship between 2 people, as opposed to some sort of exploitative thing.
Who's not going to tune in to a lesbian kiss if it says in your TV guide, hey, there's going to be a big lesbian kiss on tonight? I'll be there.
Some might argue that the big screen lags behind the small when dealing with interleague play, but there have been several opportunities for switch hitters.
I think that movies are like owner's manuals. I think that a lot of us watch them wondering what to do, and I think particularly with homosexuality.
Kissing Jessica Stein documented a straight woman's journey to her inner lesbian. The movie proved that you have more success when you open yourself up to all the personal ads.
She's not looking for the ad in the women seeking women section necessarily.
Exactly, but sort of at the nadir of the dating hell, she just decides on a whim to answer this ad and meets this.
That movie showed her what she was missing, which was intimacy.
I think it was a movie about friendship, really, and how much easier it is sometimes to just be with a friend.
I guess everybody wants to find love, and we're just not sure what package it's going to come in.
But ultimately, if you're going to move in with them and actually have a relationship with them, being sexually attracted to them is important.
The lesson is a valid one because they are portraying something that's real for girls. All girls have lesbian experiences. We all try it, you know, we all give it a whirl. And then some of us go yes, and some of us go miss the penis.
Before Ben Affleck chased the Jennifers, Lopez and Gardner, he was chasing Amy. The problem? Amy was gay. Come to think of it, Ben hit the same snag a few years later in Geely. At least Chasing Amy managed to get a few decent reviews.
Just because someone is lesbian in their mid-20s, and then they may meet the right man who touches them in all the right places.
I can't take this.
Can't take what?
I love you.
You love me.
You are the epitome of everything I have ever looked for in another human being.
Why are all these people trying to change lesbians? They're beautiful. They're gorgeous. I like to see them kiss. Leave them alone.
Chasing Amy, to me, did nothing but fill men with fantasies that will never come true.
You could get carried away in a friendship and think that, yeah, we could have sex, it'll be cool, but ultimately, she's a lesbian. You can't change somebody's sexual preference.
And it would have been so disingenuous to have them hook up and tear off at the end. Hope I'm not giving anything away there.
There's always going to be a period of adjustment.
Period of adjustment? There's no period of adjustment, Holden. I am gay.
Hollywood has taught us that some girls are better off playing on their own team. Face it, guys, if you couldn't lift heavy furniture and work a stereo system, chances are a lot more women would be joining the Portia de Rossi fan club. Time for a little recess, but when we come back, we'll indulge in some evil temptations. And you'll discover the attraction between physical love and physical pain. Who out there likes that? Let's see some hands. I said who likes that?
All new Sunday. $1 Million Smile? Check.
She's not afraid to look goofy and still be real.
Famous Friends? Check.
People want to see her all the time, you know? She's very cool.
Personal Turmoil? Double check.
She fought back and protected herself.
Jennifer Aniston, America's Sweetheart. All new Sunday at 8 on E!
Campbell's tomato soup, possibilities. So nice with grilled cheese together with my family. Dip it, dunk it, stir it up. That's the way we like it. Possibilities.
We believe the best service anticipates your needs. Business class is different on British Airways.
Moving along, nothing to see.
Do we know what killed them?
No chemical odor. Can't be a bug spray.
Only a bug spray can kill that fast.
Now there's a raid that uses the power of plants to kill bugs dead. Introducing Raid Earth Options, specially formulated with plant oil.
Smells like cloves. Are you saying he was killed by some kind of plant?
Or something very, very close.
New Raid Earth Options kills bugs dead. S.C. Johnson Family Company.
What's inside Minute Maid Light? There's the fruit. There's the fun. There's the flavor. Yet there's just 2 carbs and 5 tiny calories. Minute Maid Light. Light on calories, loaded with taste.
Hollywood and the movies and television shows that are created are a portal through which all the issues of sexuality are experimented with, both for the edification of the filmmakers and for the entertainment of the viewer.
More sex lessons coming up.
How much difference can shampoo and conditioner really make to frizzy hair?
It's doing my hair how I want to, not how I have to.
Make a real difference with Frizzy shampoo and conditioner. It works beneath the surface of your hair, so it's frizz-free from the start.
From the professionals at John Frieda.
Now, you don't have to steal his razor to get the same shave. Introducing the new Schick Quattro for women. As advanced as a man's razor, but designed for you. With 4 ultra-thin blades, 2 conditioning strips, and a sleek metal handle for precise control.
Don't even think about it.
The new Chic Quattro for women. Now women have the power of 4.
It's called Net 10. Okay, we're gonna break this down for you. 10 cents is the flat rate you pay with the nation's first and only pay-as-you-go wireless service. That's only 10 cents a minute. It's as simple as getting a phone, choosing your minutes, and calling whoever you want for as long as you want, from anywhere you want, for just 10 cents a minute. And you can even get a Motorola Color flip phone for $10 off at major retailers or at net10.com. Net 10. Pay as you go, made simple.
Came as soon as I heard about Muffin.
He was the sweetest cat ever.
Mocha.
No, baby, Muffin.
Muffin, yeah, Muffin. The cat.
The tempting DQ Mulate. Do one.
Oops, they've done it again. Ow! E's got even more, even better, 101 even bigger celebrity oops. The countdown starts June 26th, only on E!
Welcome back. I'm Miss McCarthy, your ambassador of bliss. Movie and TV characters have dealt with all different kinds of temptations. The big question of 1993, would you have sex for $1 million? I would. Indecent Proposal taught us that selling your body for some coin can put a real strain on your relationship. The bills were piling up for Demi Moore and Woody Harrelson, so Robert Redford offers Demi $1 million big ones. And all he wants in return is to borrow some sugar.
The movie is a love story between this couple, and it's kind of, you know, it's what happens to them when they get posed this question.
It's the same as cheating, and the thing about cheating that everybody forgets, it's not whether or not the person's going to do it again. It's whether you'll be able to forget it.
You're asking me if I would have slept with Robert Redford for $1 million. Would have slept with him for $100.
I guess I felt kind of flattered that I could be competing with Robert Redford at all, you know? I mean, and apparently it wasn't much of a competition. He seemed to be winning it.
I'll do your cameraman right now if you guys will buy me lunch.
Girls, if you're offered a large sum of money in exchange for sex, you know what you are? Damn lucky.
Oh, that feels so good. Oh, that's good. That's nice.
Some people feel that when things are slow, three-ways are great for making new friends. What? Oh, three-ways. Sorry, that's freeways, not three-ways.
But three-ways have made their mark on the big screen. Long before Peter Gallagher moved to the OC, he and girlfriend Daryl Hannah spent a summer in Greece. In Summer Lovers, they invite a young beauty to their bed to kind of spice up their relationship.
Good morning.
Summer Lovers is an attempt to show Americans how the rest of the world looks at sex. The French don't feel anything is wrong with having a three-way. They call it a ménage à trois. They even have a name for it.
We shared you.
I know. Are you okay?
I'm fine, Mike.
Having sex with more than one person at a time is a very touchy situation. I think if people are mature and they go about it in the proper steps, it can be a lot of fun and can be okay.
There's other things going on out there. Everything is not like one-on-one in America like we're used to.
I guess the lesson to be learned from Summer Lovers is that, you know, threesomes work well when you're in Greece, but not so great when the family comes to visit.
In Wild Things, the brief three-way between Denise Richards, Neve Campbell, and Matt Dillon may have looked like fun, but someone was about to get cozy with a toe tag.
After tonight, the three of us not to be seen together again.
After tonight. I've never done any